Will AI ever develop something like a human conscience? Will machine choices ever be driven by something more than pure logic? The question of whether humans have a conscience and inner moral compass has been debated by philosophers and theologians for centuries. In practical terms, the conscience appears to be a blend of innate intuition, emotion, and learned values. For some, conscience is a product of socialization. Our moral codes are picked up from parents, teachers, and society. For others, conscience is built in. It's somehow hardwired into our physiology or psyche. Most theologians and some philosophers say that the basis for our sense of right and wrong is installed in us by our Maker, though it can be strengthened or weakened by our environment and our behaviour. Either way, I think it's probably a mistake to anthropomorphize machines too much. We should be very careful about attributing to computer networks, even very smart ones, human characteristics like moral choice. That said, there are those that argue that one day in the near future, quantum computing might allow machines to process morality and ethics in a way that closely approximates how we do it. Quantum computing might, they say, offer a path by which machines can develop a conscience. This can be explained by the distinction between morality and ethics. While morality deals with black and white questions of basic right and wrong, we face many situations where there are shades of grey, where two or more choices have aspects of rightness about them. Choosing between these options is where the more nuanced disciplines of ethics come in. In its purest sense, I think, morality is binary. Some things are right just because they're right in an absolute sense. This is proven every time two people engage in an argument. Each party sets out to convince the other that their point of view is the most right. Each party appeals to a shared absolute measure of truth or rightness. Each one is saying, my idea aligns with what's ultimately true or right much more than yours does. Can't you see that? Of course, real life features many situations that require a much more nuanced interpretation of what's right. The binary code of traditional computers operates in the way that basic morality does, in choices of 1 or 0, or if you like, right and wrong. Quantum computing, on the other hand, can operate more like ethics, with gradations of value between absolute right and absolute wrong. For more on how quantum computing works, check out our video called Quantum Computing, Are You Ready?, which is linked in the text below this video. Despite the lavish forecasts of sci-fi writers, I think it's probably unlikely that even the most sophisticated quantum machine will ever experience guilt or remorse in quite the way that we do. After all, remorse and guilt often carry a spiritual connotation, and as I've argued elsewhere, there might well be an unbridgeable chasm between the workings of a physical machine and the traits of an intangible but very real human soul. Some experts in the field of neuroscience are now seriously considering whether the physical human brain and the soul might be two related but distinct entities. Extensive peer-reviewed studies in leading journals have looked at phenomena like near-death experiences and found that these actually leave room for the existence of a non-material soul. So even with the possibility of artificial general intelligence and quantum systems, there might still be good reason to doubt that machines will grapple with ethical dilemmas as we do, using the same emotional, psychological, or spiritual processes. Machines might soon be able to think in more consistently logical ways, but that doesn't guarantee that something approaching a human-like conscience will emerge. Please take a minute to like and subscribe and leave your thoughts for us and others to read. I'm Fletcher. Thanks for watching.